Hey guys, welcome to another video. I know I've been away for quite a while, but life happens and that's probably going to happen again in the future because I need to put my computer into repair as the battery has kind of exploded. So cool for doing really well for consistency, but anyway, I thought I'd have a chat to you guys because today I've made a decision. About a month ago, I started tracking my weight and doing like a rough, okay, I'll just see if I can like lose a little bit and we'll just see what happens. And I've done that. It's been really well. I haven't tracked, well, I say I haven't tracked. I calculated my macros and my calories and everything, did a rough meal plan as I always do. So I always know roughly what I'm eating for performance reasons and also just so I can meal prep and know I'm pretty much going to be full. But if I want to have a piece of chocolate or whatever's at lunch in our staff lunches, I will, and I do. So I've been tracking but then not, or roughly calculating but not really hardcore tracking, and I'm still not going to be hardcore tracking, but I've decided that yes, I am definitely going to continue on the path of trying to lose some body fat and you know, chisel out my summer body, which I've never really done. I really don't have aesthetic goals. I would rather be able to lift a lot, even though I can't, but I want to try. I'd rather be able to be strong, so to put it simply, I'd rather be strong than look really good and aesthetic. But at the same time, now I'm interested in how I can balance the two. So I don't want to lose strength. That is just not happening. I will refeed and like bounce out of it and diet break to make sure I'm not, if that's the case. But goal one is not, so the goal isn't to lose body fat, it's to not lose strength and to enjoy my training and life while losing body fat. So we're going to see how that goes. Right now I am of the mindset that I'm going to do Brad Loomis's sort of style of dieting. I'll link that below, his video videos, can't remember if it's one or two, that outline it, but he did it and it was real gradual over, I think, about 6 months. And that's what mine's going to be. It is currently the middle of May. I am, as I'm sitting down talking to you now, and I want to run this until at least the end of November. And whether it's exactly what I'm doing now or I tweak it, but that's how long I want to give myself, a good rough 6 months. So we'll see how that goes, but yeah, that's the current plan. So let me break down for you guys what that's going to look like. Roughly, it's going to be about 2,500 calories for 5 days of the week, and then a slight deficit. So I'm not doing the full 3,500 a week to lose half a kilo or anything. I don't actually want to lose that fast. I'm shooting for about like 200-300 grams a week, and it won't be noticeable. So it's realistically month by month that I'm going to see any sort of progress. But yeah, so 2,400 to 2,500 calories a day for 5 days, and then about 2,000 on my 2 low days. Now, I would like the 2 low days to be next to each other because it just makes it simple. But instead, I'm probably going to be splitting those up. In fact, I'm planning on splitting them up. Probably going to be on either my last training day of the week, or by week I mean like my training cycle. So it won't actually be a Sunday, it'll be a Monday, or maybe the Tuesday. But when I go through it, I'm going to go through it on screen for you and that'll make a bit more sense. So either like a low day in the beginning of the actual work week and then maybe one towards the end, something like that. So they're pretty split, but that way also hopefully they don't, or I'm planning them not to affect my training days. So when I want to be lifting a lot of weight, I can do that and I can do it really well fueled. So let's break that down a little bit further.
Okay guys, so this is my macro calculator. It's what I use for my clients and I use it for myself. I find it really accurate for what I do, so my levels. So when I'm training 6 days a week, which I'm currently doing, it says I need 2,600 calories on average to maintain weight, and I find that is, yeah, pretty bang on. If anything, I actually need a little bit more. And that's just because I'm typically on my feet a lot. I am getting those 10,000 steps a day. So you're more than welcome to use this formula. I can't remember where I got it from, but it is the one that I found most accurate to me, or for me and my clients. But just remember that any sort of calorie calculation that you do it's just a ballpark. It totally doesn't account for any of your personal preferences, what you do, your actual lifestyle. So if you're a construction worker, it'll probably shoot low, whereas if you're an office worker, it might shoot high. So make sure that it's a ballpark, and then you're taking... So basically you want to make sure you use it as a ballpark indicator, somewhere to start with, and then see what happens, whether you gain weight, lose weight, or maintain, and how that tracks with your goal, and then make any tweaks that you need. So if you're gaining weight and you don't want to be gaining weight, drop your calories. But yeah, I really like it. It works for me, and this is the number I'm going off. So I train 6 days a week, so I've times my BMR, which is this, times that amount, and it comes out to this. So I set out a whole spreadsheet because I can't be bothered to do this for every client at every time. I just pump in their numbers. I just punch in their numbers, and yeah, I've got my protein set, my fat set, and that's all pre-done as well. So if I actually change it, so I'm going to be doing my average per day, or most days will be 2,500. You can see the carbs change from, I think it was like 190 something, to 320. So that's roughly what I'm going to be doing. If at any time my fat's higher on one day, yep, I'll just have lower carbs that day. If I go over 2,500, I'll just go under the next day. Like, I'm pretty flexible with it. I'm not tracking these to the gram. I'm not even really tracking. I'm going to be roughly estimating. Because I'm pretty consistent in my diet, I can get away with that. But to explain this a little bit further, along with Brad Loomis's style, I'll go over here and I'll see. So I'll use the space over here and I'll see if I can explain this relatively easily. What I'm going to be doing is, if we start with this, we say it is, I'm going to start right up here. So we say it's 2,600, okay? That is what I need to be eating every day to maintain, roughly. So if we say it's 2,600 times, so I'm inputting this so hopefully you guys can see, times 7, I need to be eating this, so that's per day, and that is per week, okay? So that's what I need to be having to maintain. What I want to do is put myself in a slight deficit. So I'm just going to do a 2,000 calorie deficit. So I'm going to go 16,200 per week for a deficit, okay? So if you aren't aware, guys, you need about 3,500 calories per week as your deficit, so about 500 calories a day to lose roughly a kilo a week. Correction, half a kilo a week. And you don't really want to be doing more than that, because more than that means that you're more likely to plateau. It's not really a healthy and sustainable way of doing it. Now, I'm only choosing a 2,000 calorie difference because I don't even want to lose that. I don't want to lose half a kilo a week. I want to lose less than that. I want to maintain my strength, and I want to feel basically as good as possible while losing fat. Also, I prefer to put my clients on a slight deficit, usually because even if they've tracked a week or two, they might be a little bit out, or they're just a little bit more active than we think. So I like starting actually with a slight deficit and then increasing from there. So from here, I'm going to work out what I want to do. So with Brad Loomis's, you want to go 5 high and 2 as low. Disregard any of these now. We're looking literally this side of the page. So 5 high days, 2, I'm going to make that a capital because it looks like 21. 2 low days, all right? So what I'm going to be doing for my 5 high days is different to my 2 low days. My low days, I'm already determining that these are going to be, let me do something. There we go. These are going to be 2,000 each. So it'll be a 4,000 total, and this will be the remainder. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be fancy with formulas. I'm going to go 1600 minus 4000, which I know is 1220. Oh, did not hit an extra 0 there. So 12200, 1220, you know what I mean. 12200, and that is my remainders. So when I go 12200, if I go over to the left here, to determine what I want my 5 high days to be, I'm going to divide it by 5. And so we're roughly 2500. So here we've got 2000 each. Oh, I'm really good at dropping a 0. Okay. So my 5 high days are that. I'm going to call it 2500. And these will be 2000. So in total, I'll have 12,500. And then here I'll have 4000. Which means my total for the week will actually be 16,500. Which this is really close to that. If we go per week again, to keep it simple for you. So this, 16,500, really close to the 16,200. I'm fine with that 300 difference over a week. I'm really not that fussed. Like I said, I'm ballparking it because whatever I eat in the day, hey, it might be closer to this. I'm not stressed. If I'm over 2,500, I might make my low days lower and be flexible with it. This is when I plan out my food. But yeah, so I'm actually shooting for 16,500, which is 5 days of this, essentially, and 2 days of that. So that's how I'm structuring it. Okay?
So anyway guys, that's literally it. I've rambled on enough. If you did like this video, please let me know by giving me a thumbs up. Any questions or comments, do leave them down below. Otherwise, I will catch you guys in the next video. And, well, subscribe if you liked it.